Do you know which part of paper writing is often the most challenging and truly sets a good paper apart from a below average one? It is the discussion section. Hello friends, I am Archana and I am back with another interesting video in our research and review paper writing series. Today we are diving into the most difficult yet crucial part of your paper, that is the discussion section. So, the research as well as its communication are equally important. Your paper should be written in a logical and coherent manner to ensure it is well received and valued by others. So in this series of research and review paper writing, these are the key steps of any research or review paper writing, which is also called MRAD, wherein introduction, methodology, results, discussion, and conclusions are included along with the references as well. So I have already made a video on the introduction section. You can check it out on my channel, and it is very useful for master project students as well as the newly joined PhDs or any researcher, those who are interested in paper writing. Now let's understand, why is the discussion the hardest part of paper writing? It's because it requires a deep understanding of your entire research. You have to bring together different parts of your paper like the introduction, methods and results, and weave them into a cohesive narrative. The discussion is where you tell your research story, explaining what you focused on, what you did, and what your findings mean. It is a balancing act. You need to address any surprises in your results and explain them clearly. At the same time, you have to compare your findings with other studies to show how your work fits into the broader scientific context. And this is what truly sets your paper apart. In short, the discussion is challenging because it is the hardest part of your paper, and it's where you synthesize your research, tackle unexpected results, and connect your work to the larger field. But mastering this section is what makes your research stand out. Now, why is it is the most important part of the paper? The discussion is the most important part of your paper because it's where your data becomes meaningful. This is where you link your findings to the other studies, showing how your research fits into the broader scientific landscape, as I discussed previously. And you also highlight the novelty of your work, what makes your research unique and valuable. In the discussion, you not only interpret your results but also demonstrate their significance. This section is crucial because it's where you argue with your findings matter. You are showing how your research advances in the fields, fills the research gaps in the literature, or even challenges the existing theories, which is also equally important. Now, another key role of the discussion is guiding future research by identifying the limitations of your study and suggesting areas for further investigation. You are helping to shape the direction of future work in your field. This makes your research not just a contribution to the present, but also a foundation of future discovery. So the discussion is where you make your data meaningful, connect to the existing studies, highlight the novelty and value of your work, and pave the way for future research. Mastering this part is equally important to make your paper impactful. Now I have broken down the discussion into four key parts to make it easier to tackle for you. And first, it's about understanding your results. What do your findings mean on their own? This is where you interpret the data and make it clear. Next, it's about connecting and contributing. Here you link your findings to the existing studies, showing how your research fits into the bigger picture and adds value to the field. Then you discuss the impact. What does your research change or advance in your field? This is where you highlight the novelty and significance of your work. And finally, you outline the next steps by suggesting future research directions. You are guiding the way forward for others in your field. By breaking the discussion down into the four parts, that is the understanding the results, connecting and contributing, discussing the impact, and outlining the next steps, you can make this challenging section much clearer and more impactful. Now I have also shared some of the important phrases for each of the section. The first one is understanding the results. So you can further divide it into explain the results, explain the surprises, and mention limits. So you can take the screenshot of this page, and where I have discussed where I have also mentioned some of the phrases which are useful that you can use directly, or you can modify it little bit. And for explain the results, you can use our findings show that. This results means that. In simple terms, our data indicates that. Similarly, to explain the surprises, which is not common and like a surprise, so you can use an unexpected result was dash. This surprising outcome might be due to this reason. Further investigation is needed to understand why it happened. Then you can also mention the limit, that is one limitation of our study. It's not that you have to only talk, you only have to write about the importance of your research. You should also mention the limits of your research, so that the people can understand what is the limitation and how which methodology they have used and how they have performed the work. These limitations could have affected our results by. Future research could address these weaknesses. Next, in the connecting and contributing part, this is for to link the research to other researchers and done in the field. And then second, the highlights what's new, then answer some of the questions. So first one is linked to other research. Our results are consistent with previous studies, such as this finding differs from earlier research by. This comparison highlights how our study contributes to. Similarly, you can also highlight what's new, like what sets our study apart is, our unique finding is. This research introduces a novel approach by. You can also answer some of the question like our findings support the hypothesis that. These results challenge the initial expectation that. We found that. Similarly, discussion section is also written to tell the impact of the research and about the future steps to be taken. So suggest next step like this. Further research could explore. A useful direction for future studies is. Next steps include investigating dash. To show real world use, these results can be applied in dash. Our findings suggest practical uses such as so and so. This research has implication for XYZ. Stresses importance. This study is important because our research contributes to the field by dash. The key takeaway from this study is. And discussion is also written to make it clear. So to ensure clarity, we organize the discussion by. The flow of our discussion follows. We have structured the discussion to align with. So I have given an example for you. I have shown you some phrases that are important for writing a discussion section. So this is the example that I have written for you. Take a screenshot. I have highlighted some of the phrases that I have used. You can see here that our results show the microbial activity decreased by approximately Y%. The reduction in microbial activity suggests that heavy metals disrupt essential microbial process. Interestingly, our study provides new insight into DASH. The comparison with existing research highlights the unique contribution of our finding. One limitation of our study is the small sample size. Future research should explore the long-term effects of. Similarly, you can also, while reading any research paper, just go to some high impact journal like Nature and Science and download a paper and then read the discussion section of that paper. You will find some of the phrases, highlight that, try to write in similar manner. These things will be very, very helpful for you. You are doing research, it's good, and it is the main thing that you are supposed to do, but along with that you have to learn the art of writing a paper from day one of your PhD, from day one of your research. So as I have mentioned previously, that both things are important, your research as well as how you communicate it. And see, we cannot like communicate effectively if we don't know the key steps to be followed for writing an outstanding paper. So just try to learn these facts, and I'm here with you. I will help you with every steps. You can write your queries in the comment section, so I'll try to help you all. Now, what are the don'ts in the discussion sections? So I have quoted some of them. The first one is repeating data. So see, results and discussion are two different things, and you should not repeat what you have mentioned in the results. In some paper, research results are given separately and discussion is given separately, and in some it is combined. But even though if it is the scenario where results and discussions are combined, you should firstly tell about the results, what you have got, and then you have to discuss it. But while discussing the results, you don't have to repeat the data. For example, one bad example I have mentioned over here, that our results showed that plants exposed to heavy metals had reduced growth compared to those not exposed. So this is the result. What you have discussed? You have discussed nothing in this. Now, bringing in the new results. We also observed changes in chlorophyll content, but this wasn't included in the result section. You are talking about the chlorophyll content in the directly in the discussion section, but in results you have not given any table or any data about chlorophyll content, which is not acceptable in discussion writing. Then unsupported claims. For example, our results prove that this heavy metal stress is the main factor affecting plant health across all environments. Again, if it is not supported by the results, then it is unsupported claims and it should be avoided for in a good discussion. Now, wild speculation. For instance, these results suggest that heavy metal stress might be linked to plant disease outbreaks in the future, might be linked to the plant disease outbreaks in the future. So you have not studied the link between the two and you are just speculating widely. Then giving your personal opinion. So in a research setup, your personal opinions are not at all welcomed. Like I believe heavy metal stress is the most critical issue of plant growth. You have to present the facts that why it is the most critical issues for plants, not just giving your personal opinion. Connect with me and subscribe to our channel for three key areas. The first one is research tips. Get insights on paper writing and the latest in jobs and fellowship in biotechnology and life sciences areas. The second thing is study tips to discover motivation and productivity hacks to boost your study routine. And then biotechnology exam preparation. So find resources and strategies for exams like DBT, JRF, CSIR, GATE and university exams. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.